Hi there. Thank you for joining me. My name is Teresa Cash. I am a mixed media artist. I often refer to myself as a creative late bloomer. Up until 6 years ago, I did not know that I could paint or draw. Since that cold winter day in February of 2011, when I picked up a pencil and drew my first face, there has been nothing that can get in my way of uncovering my true creative potential. With trust in my heart, I will continue to put one foot in front of the other to follow where this path leads me, even in those times that doubt creeps in. And it does creep in, let me tell you. It has been my intention for quite some time now to overcome the resistance of video recording myself creating art. I've dabbled at it and even made a few videos, but now I'm ready to bust through whatever fear has been holding me back and really go for it. Welcome to the beginning, and thank you very much for your support. Everyone, if you know me at all, you know that I just like to jump right in and get things done. So as I said, I wanted to start doing teabag art on video, and so I decided let's just jump right in and start it right now, and let's overcome the fear, and let's just do it. If I don't like it, I don't have to show you. Okay, so I have my reference photo ready, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block in color with some pen pastels and not worry so much about the shape and everything right now. That will come, but right now I'm just going to block in some color. And I'm doing this really pretty girl that she looks kind of complex, but oh, I can do it, can't I? So I'm probably not going to do a lot of talking, just because this is all new to me, and maybe I'll get better with that as time goes on. But right now, I'm just going to get her done. So I'm actually doing placements, just temporary placements of everything. See my paper all around me? I always put excess paint or anything on this paper, and then I use it when I'm all done for art. I try not to take too long doing teabag art. It's just an exercise and seeing what I can do, what I can create. I got a Stabilo chalk pencil and I sharpened the point just a little bit. I want to go in here and I want to define these areas in her eyes just a little bit before I continue. And I probably have them too close. In fact, I would bet money I do, but I'm not going to change it at this point. You know, we're not all perfect, are we? Like a sienna, light colored sienna, just to give her some more color in here, just a little bit. I actually probably should have not gone over the areas I was going to do my highlighting, but I did, so we'll just have to deal with it, that's all. And we'll deal with it right now. Dab in some white for highlighting. Now some people, when they paint, I've noticed on the videos I watch, they will do all the darks first and they will go in and do all the highlights and all that, and that is fine. I have really truly found that I've got to do what works for me, and me hopping all around is what works for me. So I will just continue to do that, of course always taking what they're saying because they're the ones who know, and trying it, and then I find what works for me. And that's what they say is best to do with art anyway. I also have found sometimes not using white, just erasing away. If you notice, this tea bag is not exactly white anyway. She's starting to get a little bit of shape here. Still got a long way to go, but she's getting there, and that's what counts. She's getting there. I do find, so if anyone is going to use pan pastels, I'm sure that there's better ways to make it not so smeary. And when I use pan pastels on watercolor paper, it is a lot better than my tea bag. And I think that that's because, first of all, it's got gesso on it, a lot of gesso on it. But I think it's also because it's like a gritty because of the tea bag itself, which is okay with me. It's just all part of doing the art. I'm going to now go in here and I'll define her eyes a little bit more. I think they're going to be brown. I'll color them brown. I find that I get stuck on doing blue a lot. Is that because my eyes are blue? Probably. But we'll make hers brown. And you see that the eyes are kind of like, you lost the white. That's because of the smearing of the pan pastel. And it does smear, but I like it. I like working with it because I think, I'm not sure why. I'm going to turn it around, and I hope I don't lose you, but I'm finding that I've got to get in there a little bit more with the color, and I don't want to do it. I got to just turn it around. So I'm hoping I'm still in frame here. I have no idea. See, her eyes are looking pretty darn good, I'd say so. Wouldn't you? Yes. Yes, Teresa, they're looking really good. I'm just going to take this color and I'm going to kind of like give her some better defined lips. I'm starting off with a pink, but I know I'm not going to stay with the pink. That's just what I could grab real quickly. So I grabbed it. But as you can see, her face is actually, to me, it's coming along. And it will be pretty soon that I will divert my attention to the rest of her and come back and do any touch up. I will take my blending stump, and I will put it in a pan pastel. Another thing I learned to do is to take the thing that you use to sharpen your pencils with right here. I will, when I rub on it, I will take the chalk that's on there and I will use that for painting, mainly with the blending stump. And right now I'm going in and I'm putting in some shadows in her lips, where the darkness is in her lips. Not worrying about it too much. Just mainly getting the shape in there. So now I think I'm going to just go in here with this white and kind of give her some shadow. Some highlight, sorry. Okay, here's the fun part. I take a color, and this one I'll go with dark brown, and I'm just gonna swish it around, because in the you can't see my, I know I didn't do her neck, but you'll see why in a minute. You can't see my photo reference, but it's a girl with really long hair that flows down her back. I'm now just going to color in or block in something for her hair. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 4B or 6B, I'll go with the 6B, and I'm going to make some movement in her hair. Now she's got a big flower on her neck. So I think what I'm going to do is, it's a pink and silver flower, is I'm going to grab some different brushes and try to do something of a flower. It doesn't have to be exactly, because remember, it's not really about the flower, it's about her. After I looked at her, I realized that she needs to have a little bit more touch up in her face because I've smeared some of it through the working process. So that's what I'm going to do now. We're approaching that time where I have to tell myself to stop because I will over obsess with her. But I think what I'm going to do one last thing before I do the outside, because when you do the outside, you'll watch her pop. She'll pop out a little bit more. Is I'm going to take that fine pen and I'm going to give her some lashes. I'll touch up her lips. More shadows and highlights. You know what? I think she's done. I'm just going to start working on the background. I have a scrubby brush, an old brush. I'm going to just scrub in some pan pastels in the 3 different shades of gray. After I finished with applying the pan pastel, I took my kneaded eraser and just crumpled it up and started dabbing it on there to remove some of the pan pastel so that it gives it a blotty look instead of just the strokes of the brush. Then I began touching up the flower. One last look to see if I'm ready to call her done. I think I am. I think it's always fun to see the reference photo that the artist used, and so here is mine. As you can see, it kind of looks like her, but it doesn't look like her totally. As I looked at her, though, I did notice that there was a shadow area that was missing underneath her chin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that shadow in and define her chin a little bit more. I'm waving goodbye. Thank you very much for watching my video.